Hey Taurus, and welcome to my channel. This is Venus Baby Tarot, and today I'm just going to give you a daily message. So we're going to see what Spirit has in store for you. I hope you are all doing well. Well, look at that. We got 3 cards out. You have freedom, action. I swear cunning and stealth comes out for you all the time, and every time, look with witch. And every time I see that card, I think of the chilling adventures of Sabrina and her friend Roz, who has the cunning, right? And so I feel like, especially with this witch card right here, like there's something about like your foresight, your intuitive understanding, your intuitive knowing, your vision that is going to be really important for you at this time. So, okay. And then you have the moon. So I feel like with the moon card, that can mean that there was something that occurred, some realization that you had under the full moon or around the full moon, which we just passed on the 21st, I believe. So there's going to be something like there's some sort of realization for you that happened, I feel like, around that time, the full moon. Okay, but the full moon can also indicate like the closing out of a chapter, of a cycle. I don't understand why I can't get these straight. Okay. They don't look straight on my table. So I'm kind of like, okay, let's just do it like this. Okay. And like this, because they look straight to me now. Yeah, it's crooked. It's just crooked. Okay, it is what it is. Like, yeah. Sometimes it looks to me like it's straight from where I'm sitting, and then, yeah, and it's not. So it doesn't matter. We're just going to leave it alone. I'm going to have to work at it a little bit, obviously. Some other time. Okay, whatever. All right, we're gonna move on from that. Oh my gosh, my like obsession with keeping things like symmetrical and straight. It's, oh my gosh, you got the moon. It's a problem. It just frustrates me that I'm so like it has to be like that. Sometimes I'm just like, Lolo, let it go. Let it go. Anyway, so you have the moon card and you have Scorpio. Interesting how like you have like this, it says intensity, exposing, purging, renewing, cycles and change. Like, I feel like there's a lot that you're purging, like that you were purging under the full moon, and through that purging process it sort of opened up your eyes towards something. So we're going to get your tarot out and see. There is some action that you're needing to take in your life. I definitely see that. Oh, these are too big to shuffle out, so I'm just going to pull from the top. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for Taurus? What are they purging? What realizations are they having or that they need to be aware of? Look at that. You had the 6 of Swords that was poking out for you. Okay. 2 of Wands, Ace of Wands. I knew the Ace of Wands was going to come out. I don't know why. I just did. Body, mind. There's, yep. Wisdom, yep. Oh, the 9 of Wands in reverse. I love that. The 4 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and the Sage with thought on the bottom of the deck. You guys have had a similar reading to this before where there was like knowledge, okay? Like knowledge, wisdom, the sage, like experience, just having the answers, but like not answers that are based solely on knowledge. Like they're also based on intuition, experience, that kind of thing. But you guys have had a very similar reading to this before. You really have. And so I'm getting the sense that like if you've been called to learn something new, like learn a new skill or something like that, like this could be your green light that it's time to do that. You know, if you're wanting to go back to school, or if you're wanting to finish your master's degree, or go for your doctorate, or go for another master's degree, whatever, like this could definitely be your green light. Okay, Taurus? Because I want to tell you too, look, so when I was shuffling these before your reading, knowledge was on the bottom of the deck, and so I saw that before I even started recording, and I was thinking, okay, this is going to be one of those readings. Like, this is going to be one of those readings that's going to be teaching you, look, take flight is underneath it. It's really going to be like telling you, teaching you, showing you that it's time. Like, whatever it is that you have been learning about yourself, or that you're wanting to learn in general, or something that you are wanting to grow towards, like this is your indicator that it's time to take action. You guys, my allergies are so bad. My throat, I can feel it starting to scratch. I know I'm gonna cough in just a second. If I sniffle, I'm so sorry. Let me get a drink of water and I'll be right back. Okay, Taurus. So, I've been feeling like recently, it's really interesting because like the beginning of the year, things were really like taking off for Taurus, I felt. And then there was like a couple of months there that Taurus kind of like backtracked a little bit and needed to like go within. There was a lot of realizations in that time. And then I saw some forward movement again, right? And I still see that for you. But what I also see is sort of like an integration of what you've learned about yourself this year, and how you are actively trying to overcome the things that were holding you back, which really stemmed from yourself, okay? Like you were sort of standing in your own way. And there was a lot of issues around like self-confidence and, you know, like not wanting to step outside of your comfort zone because you were afraid of failure and stuff like that. Like there was a lot, I feel, that you were processing. And now I'm getting the sense that you are incorporating, or you are integrating that knowledge that you have gained about yourself, okay? Your self-awareness, your self-understanding. And I feel like there's been a lot of self-actualization that's happened for you, Taurus, where you've really started to realize a lot about who you are as a person, and how, you know, there were so many aspects of the other incorporated into you, and your own understanding and your own belief about yourself, okay? And your own belief about your goals and your dreams and your aspirations and where you should be in life, etc., etc., etc. And I saw a lot of deconstructing for Taurus so that you could really start to self-actualize based on who you want to be and who you think you should be and who you are, okay? That's separate from the other. There was so much work that I felt like you were doing this year. In general, I feel like it's been happening for like since 2018. Taurus has really been going through this with Uranus and Taurus. A lot of shifts and changes, a lot of revelations. But with Jupiter being in Taurus, I felt like there was sort of this expansion, this spiritual growth, and that kind of thing that was occurring for you like at the beginning of this year, okay? So the reason why I feel like I'm prepping this reading is because of the fact, a dragonfly just flew in front of my window. Oh, anyway, it's because you're starting out with the Six of Swords here. So for me, this is you have moved past the internal conflict that was going on within you. You know, the struggle that was going on between feeling like you needed to conform to a certain idea about yourself that was outdated, okay? And it could have been based on the distortions of other people around you, or the distortions of society at large, okay? And I think you're moving on from that because you were still trying to find yourself or find your place in the world, and it was creating this struggle within you, this conflict within you, right? But because you have the Six of Swords here, and you notice like the rainbow over this person's head, that kind of indicates to me that you've passed the storm, okay, in your life. And that doesn't mean that struggles aren't still happening. This is specifically, I feel like, on an emotional, mental, spiritual level for you, okay? Like you've passed this storm, And I think that with the rainbows here, it's kind of telling you that something has been unified in you. And that's why you have the body and mind, okay? Because the rainbows represent unity. And so, excuse me. And so something has been unified in you where there is this heightened awareness that you've experienced in regards to your place in this world, your purpose in this world, your life path in this world, you know? And so there's been a lot of illumination for you. With the Four of Pentacles here, I feel like you see how this person is like holding up this structure to try to stay stable. This person cannot do that forever, right? And I feel like there was a realization that you were sort of boxed in and that you could not hold that stance forever. Like it wasn't it just wasn't possible. Okay, it just wasn't. And I feel like you have, like I said, you've reached some sort of unity in your mind, your spirit, whatever, and it's helped you to start taking little action steps along the way. Right here, that action that may have not been something that you would even do 6 months ago or a year ago, okay, because of how you were like holding yourself back. And so I feel like I want to tell you first and foremost that you should be proud of yourself, because what is this saying? Every journey starts with a single step, right? And so I feel like you started taking little steps. And, one of my favorite phrases is have the courage to suck at something new. And, because so many people won't ever get started because they want to be perfect at it the first time. But I feel like so much of the work that you've been doing, Taurus, has been sort of prepping you for the fact that you're not going to be perfect at something the first time. That you're going to be able to just take an action step and then, be able to judge or decipher what you need to do to shift and change or to pivot, etc., right? Because ultimately, or grow, because ultimately, we're not perfect at things that we try and the steps that we take. We're not always going to get everything right? But I do feel like you've had this cycle of change that's been occurring within you. And it came out in the last reading. Like, I see so many cycles of change for you, Taurus. Like, you've learned so much about yourself. You've learned so much about your life. And like I said, there's a lot of self-understanding, a lot of self-awareness, and self-actualization. And that is what has been going on for you. And so because of that, you have the freedom to take the action in your life and to see what happens, right? To embrace this change in your life. And it's interesting that on this moon card, it says satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. Okay, with this moon is cycles and change. Okay, so to me, I feel like you closed out cycles in your life where you were not satisfying your own emotional needs and you were not nurturing your own self. You may have nurtured other people, but I feel like bringing it back home was something that was really foreign to you because of the fact that you were on autopilot. You had to do this and you had to do that and etc., and you felt very locked in, right? And a phrase that has been continuously coming out for Taurus was, despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. The Smashing Pumpkins, I know. I love the Smashing Pumpkins. But anyway, so I'm really showing my age here. But anyway, so yeah, but I feel like, you realized that you were frustrated about life, and you were frustrated about how things were going for you. And you felt very locked in, like I was telling you, but it wasn't sustainable. You got to the point where you couldn't continue to hold yourself up the way that you were holding yourself up. And you couldn't continue to stay in what felt comfortable, but was also paradoxically uncomfortable for you. You know what I mean? It's so funny to me how we'll stay in our comfort zone because it's so familiar, but really we're miserable, so it is totally uncomfortable, right? Like that's the paradox. But anyway, so yeah. And so I feel like there's just been all of this expansion and this growth for you, because you realize that the way that you were moving in this world, the way that you thought about yourself, the way that you perceived your own life was unsustainable. It just wasn't going to work. You know what I mean? So anyway, I have the hugest like smile on my face right now. I don't know why. Like I think that I'm proud. Like I think that I'm actually just like proud of you, Taurus. Like I think that that's what I'm feeling right now. Yeah, totally. So anyway, so with the Two of Wands here for me and the Wisdom and the Ten of Swords, what I kind of feel for you, because the Ten of Swords can obviously be about like an ending, like a painful ending. But if you'll notice in this Ten of Swords, like this person is walking towards this eye, walking towards this gate even. And to me, I feel like underneath the Wisdom card, like there has been a lot of realization, a lot of understanding, a lot of awareness and knowledge, etc., etc. And I don't know, I feel like the dragonfly, it's flying in front of the window again. Like I think that it is significant, because somebody once told me like they completely transmute their cells or their DNA or something like that. I can't remember what they said, but like how they transform just the same way that butterflies do, but a little different, right? And so there's been a huge transformation that's happened for you, but it may be a little bit different than the transformations that you've had in the past. I really do hope that made sense. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. So the Ten of Swords, there's been a lot more awareness. You've gained a lot of wisdom about yourself. And you guys know how I feel about the Two of Wands. I mean, it's always for me, the I always forget it too. The beaten path, or the road less traveled, or the road not taken, depending on the situation. And I feel like you got tired of the beaten path. Like it was familiar, it was comfortable, it was the same old, right? And there was just like this, I don't know, just this higher understanding that you've been experiencing, that it's time to do something a little bit different. You know, it's time to trust the process. It's time to throw the dice, you know, and just see whatever happens, you know, because I think that ultimately what's occurred for you, Taurus, is that you no longer feel like you have to be in control of everything around you. Like you're okay with being more fluid. You're okay with just like rocking your stability just a little bit. As in, and what I mean by stability, I'm not talking necessarily like financial stability or that kind of thing. It's more just like stepping out of your comfort zone. Like, you know, you're okay with the discomfort now. And even though that may be a little destabilizing to be uncomfortable, you are okay with that. Like, I feel like you're okay with walking into the darkness, and shine, you know, like, I don't know why I just heard like shining your light, like the hermit here, right? Because I mean, ultimately the hermit here is going down an unfamiliar path or uncharted territory. That's what's happening. Okay. That like she or they have their light right there. I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway, so have the light right there, and to light the way, light the path, you know, so that the hermit can see what is in front of him. Okay. And because you don't know, it's uncharted territory. You know, and I think that ultimately what this is telling me is that you are okay with walking that path. Like you are someone, I'm just getting like this energy of feeling very comfortable with the discomfort of not knowing what's in front of you. Like there's a lot of faith that I feel for you right now. Because to me, even though there have been some struggles and some, you know, maybe painful endings in your life, could be relationships, jobs, etc., whatever. But with that Ten of Swords, okay, there seems to be a lot of serenity that I'm getting from these two cards right here. Like it's unknown territory. You have, what you know that you have is knowledge and wisdom and self-awareness, and that's what you have. And you know, and your intuition. And so because of that, you know that you can trust yourself. You know that you can trust whatever higher power you serve. You know that you can trust your own experience, your own knowledge, your own wisdom, and your own decision-making ability. And because of that, whatever painful endings have occurred for you, or whatever struggles that you've been experiencing, you seem to be able to walk through them with grace. Like, I just get this sort of like floating on air feeling. Like you're just, like you got you. You've got you. The universe has got you. And like, you know this, right? Like, you know this. And so I think that this hermit energy is not only like lighting the path for you, like lighting the way forward for you, but I think that it's also like you really come home to yourself and you've really started to see all that you are, Taurus. Like all that you are. I don't know why, like everything just got like really silent, and like I just felt like this sense of serenity. And so that's what I feel for you, Taurus. Like you feel very serene. So, okay, over here, then now you have the Ace of Wands, and then you have the Nine of Wands in reverse, which I love, because to me, that is like whatever wounds from the past that you had been carrying around no longer play a role in your life. That doesn't mean that they're completely healed or they're completely gone, but they don't factor in to your decisions anymore. And the Sage, I mean, the Sage is a very powerful energy because of the fact that like the Sage is, you know, essentially like a magician, and has, you know, been doing it a long time. Like I kind of see the Sage as like a combination of like the hermit and the magician. You know, so this is a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom, and skill. Okay. And you have developed a lot of skill in your life that is helping you back up these actions that you're taking, this forward movement that you've been taking in your life. Right? And it helps you feel more secure is what I mean. Because I feel like you trust yourself, you trust your own power, you trust your own abilities, and you see above all else, Taurus, like you have been through some stuff in your life and you keep coming out. You keep coming out of it and you keep coming out of it. And that's something that like I try to do for myself. Instead of focusing on the struggle at hand, I try to focus on the struggles I've had in the past and how I came out of them, you know, and it helps to remind me of how tough I am and how powerful I am, right? And how tenacious and resilient I am. And it also helps me, you know, really connect with my higher power, because I feel like my higher power just, you know, really helps me get through these tough situations in my life. You know, it's not just me. That I don't just always just do this alone, and it helps to restore my faith every time, you know, or make my faith that much bigger every single time that I get through these things, right? And so what I'm feeling for you is that whatever struggles that you have incurred in your life, or that you may be experiencing as of late, they're not playing a factor to you right now, because you are really starting to see like your capacity to overcome, your capacity to persevere, your capacity to push forward, your capacity to make it to the other side. You know, and with this Sage energy here, I feel like this is a lot of power to be able to manifest things and create things in your life. Like whatever action steps you've been taking recently, or that you will be taking here in the very near future, you're going to see them to the end. You're going to make sure that they are successful because of your own diligence and your own determination. And like right here with this Witch card right here, you know, like that's your power. Okay, your power and your capacity to make things happen. You've had a lot of freedom from yourself. And I know that sounds weird, right? But like we all do this. I think that everybody carries around the past wounding. Okay, I think of it like this. Okay. Think of it like whenever you had your first love. You know how like you just loved with complete abandon? Like you just gave your everything to that person. Then you got your heart broken. And then relationships after that, like you developed trust issues, you know, like you would get triggered by people and so on and so forth. That's kind of what happens. Like we these wounds, we get hurt, and then we carry around these wounds, and then they kind of stand in the way of our ability to create things for ourselves or to reach goals that we want to reach in our life, right? Or to have relationships or to excel in our careers and stuff like that because of, the damage that was incurred at a certain point of our life, right? And it stands in our way. And I think that there was a time for you, Taurus, like it really did. These things stood in your way, like however they relate to you. We all carry around different pains, different hurts, different wounds, etc. But like however that relates to you, it was standing in your way. You weren't allowing yourself to pursue certain things or to achieve certain things or even just go after things in your life because of these issues. But you have experienced freedom from yourself, freedom from the bondage of yourself. And now I feel like you have, and it's weird to me because I think that as you set yourself free from your own mind and your own hurts, your own past hurts, something happened to you where you started to feel much closer to whatever spirit of the universe, or whatever like spirit, okay? Whatever your higher power is, okay? This is a safe space. You believe whatever you want to believe. I support it. But anyway, and it drew you closer to your own faith, I feel. Yeah. And so anyway, now I feel like these cycles of changes that have been showing up for you, Taurus, I feel are self-guided, self-directed. And like, I feel that like you are embracing change. You are embracing going in on uncharted territory, going in the dark even, and finding the light, or you being the light. Like you are embracing this for yourself. And look, do you notice right here, it doesn't just say purging, it says renewing. There's been a massive purge energetically for you. And now you are renewed. You are a new version of yourself. You're a wiser, more capable version of yourself than I feel like you may have even ever been. I also want to say that there could be some things that you've been trying to work on in your life that you don't want to talk to other people about. Like you want them to be just your own. If that's for you, I would say continue to do that. Because sometimes when you work hard in silence, that's the best thing because, other people have opinions or whatever, or sometimes people take your ideas, and so if that's for you, then continue to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get your closing oracle message, Taurus. Oh my gosh. Rejuvenation, renewal, rejuvenation, Taurus. Like, I don't know. I just get this sense that, look, in the caretaker, remember nurturing yourself? See, now you're caretaking yourself, or you've been caretaking yourself. You've been nurturing yourself, and it's helping you to feel more safe and secure within you, and even when you step outside of the box, okay? Like, that you've got you. Let's get one more. And now manifest things that you have been working on manifesting, because your voice is stronger. Your voice is clearer because of the clarity that you've received. So now things that you've been trying to manifest, you're going to be able to. They're going to come. I feel like they're going to come easier and quicker for you because of that witch magic, right? The sage, manifest. Like, these cards are indicators to me that once you sort of got out of your own way and you became free of the bondage of your own mind, okay? It's going to make it easier, or it already has made it easier for you to manifest things, for you to create things, for you to achieve goals in your life. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed your little pep talk, and I'm here, like, I love to empower people, and and help them see their worth. And I do hope that my readings help you do that. And anyway, if you're looking for a personal session, all the info is down in my description box below, and I will see you next time. Oh yeah, please be sure to like and subscribe if you like my content, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.